Welcome back to the channel. Here you'll find the fastest updates on breaking news, shocking secrets, and dramatic predictions for times. The young and the restless. Who will betray whom? What secrets are about to be revealed? And what horrific tragedy awaits the characters in Genoa City? Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us to discover the unmissable developments right now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, and it is a surprisingly beautiful day outside, which is honestly a bit weird because the news we have to talk about today is incredibly dark and heavy. We are diving straight into the absolute madness happening in Genoa City right now. So grab a huge cup of coffee and let's get into it. So let's just get right into it because I am honestly exhausted today, but I absolutely have to talk about this. Noah and Sienna are leaving Genoa City. They are packing up and running away to Los Angeles. And I am just sitting here staring at my screen like, what is even happening anymore? I mean, we have been covering this show for a while and we have seen some crazy exits over the years, but this one just feels so incredibly heavy. They are literally fleeing for their lives because the whole Matt Clark situation has become completely, utterly too much to bear. And I get it. I really do. But it still hurts to see them go. I remember when Noah first came back to town. He had so much potential, so much storyline promise. He built the shadow room. He was trying to find his footing. And now he is just being chased away like a scared kid. It makes me so mad. I mean, we invest years into watching these characters grow, and then boom, they are on a flight to California because the writers can't figure out how to kill off the bad guy. And the reason they are leaving is just insane. It turns out that Matt Clark is not just a local menace or Victor Newman's personal attack dog. No, Noah and Sienna accidentally stumbled onto the fact that Matt has deep, dark ties to a massive criminal syndicate in Los Angeles. Yes, you heard that right. A literal crime ring. Back when he was living his life under the fake identity of Mitch Bacall, he wasn't just hanging out and lying to Sienna about who he was. He was apparently in bed with some extremely dangerous mobsters. And now that Noah and Sienna know this secret, they have a massive target on their backs. They pulled the wrong thread, and now their entire lives are unraveling. So let's talk about this whole Mitch Bacall thing for a second. Sienna was married to the guy. She slept next to him every single night. How did she not know he was working for a criminal organization? Maybe I'm being too harsh on her. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. She was manipulated. Matt is a master manipulator, but still, finding out that your ex-husband is tied to the mob is a tough pill to swallow. And Sienna just found out that Matt's refusal to leave Genoa City isn't just because he's obsessed with ruining the Newmans or because Victor is holding him hostage with blackmail. It's because he is chained to this dangerous syndicate business. And you have to wonder, what exactly was Mitch Bacall doing for them? Was he a hitman? A money launderer? Sienna must be looking back at their entire marriage and realizing that every single day was a lie. Every vacation, every dinner, every conversation was funded by dirty mob money. That would mess anyone up. And honestly, what were they thinking? The writers. I mean, Matt Clark has been terrorizing this town for what feels like decades. He kidnapped Nick. He drugged Nick with fentanyl and forced him into a horrific relapse. He locked Nick and Adam in a basement in Vegas. He blew up a building. He faked amnesia. And now, on top of all of that, he is a mobster. It is just so much, it is so much plot armor for one guy. Who actually believes this is going to end well for anyone? But for Noah and Sienna, it is the final straw. They realize that they cannot fight a criminal syndicate. They can barely fight Matt on a good day when he is just being a regular psychopath. So they have to run. They have to leave everything behind. Let's be real. Noah has this massive hero complex. He always wants to save the day. We saw it with Audra, We saw it when he tried to protect Sienna from Matt at the Shadow Room. He wants to be the big, strong protector who fixes everything. But even Noah has to look at the reality of a Los Angeles crime syndicate and say, yeah, nope, I am out. He knows he cannot protect Sienna from trained killers or mob enforcers. And it breaks my heart because Noah has tried so hard to build a life in Genoa City. He built the new Shadow Room to honor his past and move forward. He was trying to be happy. And now Matt Clark has ruined it all over again. Matt ruins everything. He just ruins everything. He swoops into town, causes absolute devastation, and somehow manages to walk away without a scratch. And Noah, poor Noah, he just wanted to run his club and love his girlfriend. Now he has to pack a go bag and check his rearview mirror for the rest of his life. And what about Victor? Oh my gosh, Victor Newman. Victor thinks he is the ultimate puppet master. He thinks he is controlling Matt by forcing him to spy on Kane Ashby or whatever his latest ridiculous scheme is. But Victor has no idea that Matt is tied to this LA mob. Or maybe he does? No, I don't think Victor would risk his family like that. But Victor's sheer arrogance has allowed Matt to stay in town. And because Matt is in town, the syndicate's shadow is looming over Genoa City. Victor basically invited a mobster into his home and let him live at the ranch. It is mind-boggling. Victor thinks he can use Matt as a pawn, but Matt is playing a completely different game with incredibly dangerous people. The scene where Noah and Sienna decide to leave is going to be a total tearjerker. I can already picture it playing out on screen. The frantic packing in their apartment, the constantly looking over their shoulders, Sienna crying because she feels like she brought this danger to Noah, blaming herself for ever meeting Mitch Bacall. Noah telling her that he loves her and they will get through this together, no matter what it takes. They are going to flee in the dead of night, probably without even saying a proper goodbye to Sharon or Nick because they don't want to put them in danger. They are going to seek outside protection, maybe go into hiding, and it just feels so unfair. Why do the good guys always have to run while the bad guys get to stay and drink coffee at Crimson Lights? It is a trope that soaps use all the time, but it never gets any less frustrating. I want to see Noah stand his ground, but realistically, if a mobster has a hit out on you, you don't stick around to play hero. You run. And speaking of Sharon and Nick, my heart absolutely aches for them. Sharon just got Mariah back from her psychiatric facility stint, and now she is going to lose her son. Noah is running for his life. Sharon is going to be devastated. And Nick is going to be consumed by guilt. Nick is already spiraling with his fentanyl addiction, which, by the way, Matt totally exacerbated by torturing him in Vegas. Nick is going to blame himself for all of this. He is going to think, if I had just killed Matt in Vegas, if I had just ended this when I had the chance, my son wouldn't be running from the mob right now. It is going to push Nick even further over the edge. Nick's relapse is already tearing him apart. But losing his son to the criminal underworld because he couldn't stop a monster, that is going to break him completely. But you guys, we have to ask the big question. Who is going to replace Noah and Sienna? The younger set on this show is getting so thin. With them fleeing to LA, there's a massive void. Are they going to bring Summer back full time? The rumors about Kristen Alderson taking over the role of Summer are everywhere right now. Are we going to see a new character entirely? The fans on social media are already freaking out about losing Noah. He is a legacy character. You don't just chase a Newman out of town with a mob storyline and not have a backup plan. Or maybe they don't have a backup plan. Sometimes I think the writers are just flying by the seat of their pants and hoping we don't notice the massive plot holes. I keep changing my mind about Sienna. A few episodes ago, I was so annoyed with her for even giving Matt the time of day when he had amnesia. I was like, girl, run. Hit him with another rock. But now that she is actually running, I feel bad for her. She is a victim of Matt's insane double life. She thought she was marrying a guy named Mitch Bacall, and instead, she married a sociopathic mobster who is obsessed with destroying the Newman family and is tied to a criminal syndicate. It is a tragedy. Okay, maybe not a Shakespearean tragedy, but it is really sad. I am glad she is getting out, but I hate that she has to live in fear. She doesn't deserve this. No one deserves to have their life hijacked by a psychopath. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here. This fits the show's usual style of making the villains completely untouchable until the very last second. Matt has survived everything. He survived Sienna hitting him in the head with a rock in the desert. He survived Victor's threats. He survived Nick and Adam. And now he has a syndicate backing him up. It feels different this time because the threat isn't just corporate sabotage or a crazy ex with a syringe like Patty Williams. This is organized crime. It raises the stakes to a level that Genoa City isn't really equipped to handle. The GCPD can barely handle a stolen painting, let alone a Los Angeles crime family. And what exactly is this LA syndicate doing? Are they laundering money through the shadow room? Is that why Matt was so interested in Noah's club? Or maybe they are dealing the fentanyl that Nick is currently addicted to. Oh my gosh, that would make so much sense. If Matt's syndicate is supplying the drugs that Justin gave to Nick, it ties everything together. It is a massive dark web of crime, and Matt is right at the center of it. And Noah and Sienna just happened to pull the wrong thread and unravel the whole thing. Imagine finding that out. You are just trying to get some dirt on your ex-husband to get him out of your life, and suddenly you are looking at ledgers or text messages from a ruthless crime boss in Los Angeles. It is terrifying. And let's not forget about Audra Charles in all of this. Audra has been hovering around Noah, trying to get her claws back into him. She even tried to convince Noah that Sienna had some secret financial motives and a dark past. Well, Audra, you were right about the dark past, but it wasn't Sienna's fault. Sienna was the victim here. I wonder how Audra's going to react when she finds out that Noah is leaving town with Sienna. Audra is going to lose her mind. She thought she could manipulate her way back into Noah's bed, but instead, the LA mob just handed Sienna the ultimate trauma bonding experience with Noah. Audra is going to be left in the dust, and honestly, good riddance to her scheming. But it is just another ripple effect of this massive Matt Clark disaster. So what is the end game here? Does Victor Newman eventually find out that he has been playing with fire? Victor thinks he is using Matt to spy on Kane Ashby, which is a whole other ridiculous storyline. But Victor is actually harboring a syndicate operative. When the LA mob comes looking for Matt, they are going to find him at the Newman Ranch or at Phyllis's place. Because remember, Matt just decided to move in with Phyllis. Phyllis is harboring a fugitive mobster who tortured her friends. And they are not going to care about Victor's money or his bodyguards. This could bring a literal war to Genoa City. And Noah and Sienna are the only ones smart enough to get out of the blast zone before it happens. I am going to miss them. I really am. But if running to Los Angeles keeps them alive, then I guess I have to be okay with it. I just hope that wherever they go, they find some peace away from Matt. And I hope that Nick and Adam finally team up and take Matt down for good. Because if they don't, this syndicate is going to swallow Genoa City whole. All right, I am rambling now. I need to go get another coffee and process all of this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you sad to see them go? Do you think the mob is coming to GC?